Hello, I'm Doug, and this is the Taste and Sensibility channel. And the end is near. The end of the 2018 World Whiskey Advent Calendar. We're at day 23. We're going to break in, pour it without me seeing the label, and I'll give it a nose and taste to see if I can figure out what it might be. Well, one thing I've been wondering about is that are there any American bourbons in here? I know I've been talking about just focusing on smell and taste and what you can pick up with your senses, but here I am wondering about how these things are made. So I've been wondering, do they have a bourbon, and we're getting down to where they need to put it in. We need to find that. But let's not worry about things like that. Let's worry about what I can pick up. So, it's in the glass. And we'll get into this. Malty. Nicely malty. This might be a pretty complex one. I don't pick up a high ABV, but the malt has some, I don't know, meaty, umami type character. This is going to be good, I think. My nose has not been a reliable guide for the most part for this, but this one's getting me excited. I always say salty marine notes, and then that didn't turn out to be the case. I'm getting a little bit of that here too. Can't really pick out any specific fruit or distillery or anything I would compare it to, or even a region. Buttery on the smell. Popcorny. Maybe some herbal notes, but exactly what they are, they're just impressions. It's a complex mixture. It's hard to pick out things. Okay, tasting. Wow. Good ABV. A little bit of peat. That was the earthy herbal part I was picking up on. It's a little bit of peat, but it's a minority of the malt, I think. Somewhat smoky. It's a great combination. Strong alcohol. ABV seems to be over 50%. Maybe 55. I'll be adding water to this soon. So beyond the peat, what is there? Well, it's hard to say. The ABV is so high, it's swamping out all the other things that might be there. I'm not getting a fruitiness, I'm not getting a sweetness. I'm getting something lightly peated. It's more of a background note than up front, like lots of Islas are just in your face with it. The peat here is just one of the notes, but I don't know what the other notes are yet. Okay, here goes water. I'm going to do a whole spoonful, which is half a teaspoon US. I might add more. Wow, still pretty strong. It's malty. There's a buttery note for sure. Very pleasant, very complex. There's green herbally notes, but they're in the background. It's kind of that Dunnage Warehouse funky stuff that I get with Springbank. Earthy, rotting leaves, rotting wood, soil. Something has been buried in soil. It's not a big note, it's not out front, it's just part of the landscape. But it makes it really good and juicy and complex. Yeah, still pretty strong. I'm going to do some more water. Malt is the main thing on the aroma. The peat smoke is a minor component, barely detectable, and I like Islays. Tiny amounts of peat don't really register with me. I'm getting this one. Nose and taste. Okay, with the second shot of water, it opens up a little bit. It's buttery, it's sweet. There might be apple and pear notes now that I can detect. Yes, it's reminiscent of Speyside or Highland whiskeys, but the peat adds a little something. So a little, it's reminding me some of Highland Park. Yeah, the type of peat's not necessarily Isla. It might be the more the Highland Park type that's earthy and greener and more herbal. It is not like licking an ashtray or a log from a campfire. This is pretty pleasant and very complex and hard to pick apart. So I'm thinking Scotland. I'm thinking Highland or Speyside, but they're kicking in some malt that's been peated. I think I'm just now down in the 50% ABV range. That is some strong stuff, but it's very high quality, very good, complex. I don't know how old it is, but the complexity is worth the price of admission, I think. I don't know the price yet. Peat there on the nose. Okay, now that seems like it's down to 45, 46%, which is the lowest I'd usually drink at if I have a choice. This is nice. I'd say it could be a cask strength Amroot Fusion if we hadn't already had Amroot Fusion in this set, so I'll withdraw that suggestion. Ah, that little taste of peat there tasted more Isla-ish than it has so far. So I don't know what to do with this. It's a Scotch. It's slightly peaty. It's good, it's delicious, it's complex. I would buy this, seek this out. Very enjoyable. Yep, they put a pretty good one here on day 23. So I'm gonna go find out what's in the bottle. Wow. That Boutique Whiskey Company is the independent bottler of English Whiskey Company 8-year-old Batch 2 Single Malt Whiskey. 52.3 volume percent alcohol. So I think the peat is clear in here. I'll have to look this up and give you a few details of what's in this particular batch, because the label doesn't really tell you enough. I don't know that much about the English Whiskey Company, but it's 8 years old. It's complex to me. It's peaty and meaty and a little fruity like a Speyside. And there's some green herbal notes also that I really like the overall effect. It's a good combination. Yep, that is good stuff. Wish I had a whole bottle of this. Very worthwhile. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up down below, or a thumbs down if that's what you need to say, and comment on the video. Leave some evidence that you were here, and subscribe to the channel. If you click the bell, you will get a notification every time a new video is posted. And tomorrow is the end of the daily videos for this Whiskey Advent Calendar for December. But I'll have a link down below for the Drinks by the Dram and the Muazo retailer that I got it from. And right after Christmas, we'll be starting up a series of 20 or so reviews of varietal honeys, which is much more exciting than you might expect. So join us for that after Christmas. And speaking of that, Merry Christmas to all of you, and that's all for now.